for Steve Asmussen, one of his 2 charges. And they drew right next to each other in the Kentucky Derby. Here is TIZTASTIC, slightly more accomplished than Publisher because, you know, he's won a race as he is 20-1 on the morning line. But let's take a look at him on the track this morning.
Yeah, I mean, look, they both got the same running style, and this is a horse who's just, I mean, if you've got any question marks about distance with any runner in here, this is not one of them. He's the horse guaranteed to get 1.25 miles. The way he runs, Steve said it, and Steve kind of trains like this. He trains him to kind of sit back and finish. So he usually works with Publisher. They're drawn next to each other on Saturday, but it looks like he's going solo here. And if I know Steve, it's probably going to just be an easy half mile in 50.
Yeah, I wouldn't look for anything flashy here with TIZTASTIC or Publisher earlier today. Again, Steve Asmussen is the complete opposite of, say, like Bob. You're not going to see a flashy 46 and change or 58 and change, especially for any of these horses 6 days out. You could see the rider looking at his watch. He's just going nice and easy. I don't know what the time's going to be. I would imagine it's a 49 and change, maybe 50.
Yep.
He's just absolutely cruising. I would just expect an easy gallop out and like 102 and change. Again, for me, this is 4 out of 5 stars. Just because it's nothing flashy, but this is just right what Steve wants to do for both of his horses.
This is where you have to know the players, Mike. This is why you can't jettison it in one day of the year and watch horses work. Because if you look at him compared to a journalism, you say, well, he doesn't look that good. You got another horse. He's a horse that in the afternoon has got no speed. He's exhibiting that here. More often than not, he works in company to make him do a little more because, you know, he just doesn't do much on his own. So, but physically and biomechanically, he looks great. And you saw the rider check his watch there about 8 times. Because if he came back in 48, let me tell you, he would hear it from Steve, right?
Yes, he would.
Right?
Yes, talk about like the different styles of training. Steve Asmussen and Bob Baffert. Baffert trains them all to be fast. Steve trains them all to come along on the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 different styles, you know, but they both work. They've both had tremendous success. As you know, this is the shot that a lot of the people get from the grandstand. I think the crazy thing is, you know, Steve Asmussen, 0 for 26. We touched on how it's the only race basically in the country he hasn't won. Wouldn't it be something if the maiden got his maiden broken in the Kentucky